Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our weekly Ascension Angel Messages for September 29th through October 5th, 2025. So let's begin with setting our intention. And the angels have been showing me the word love. So let us set an intention to make love the center of our lives and to fully embody it in every way that we are personally called to do so. Allowing yourself to be fully nurtured by the experiences of this path of light, understanding, peace, and compassion. Lord Jesus steps forward as a Lord of light to assist the opening of your heart as the gateway to the keys of wisdom within your soul. Give him access now to light up the keys of wisdom within your soul that will activate your purpose in this physical experience and reality with love. And he asks you now to focus upon it. Just focus upon your heart and just allow the love to flow. To flow forth. And you may feel your heart expanding. He asks that you let go of any fears that you have accumulated throughout any and all lifetimes that has caused you to guard your heart. And he asks you to just breathe gently. And I know he wrote the word lightly. Just release those fears and the reasons for them. Lightly surrender your fears now. And a coworker said to me on the other day that, so interesting, he brings this up, that we have to let our guard down, let those walls come down, trusting that God will place in front of you the wall of protection that you need. So instead of us protecting ourselves, let and trust that God will place one in front of you that you need to protect you, but mostly allow you to experience love in the way that you deserve. And if you're feeling any uncomfortable situations, you can place your hands on your heart. And Jesus is writing that for some of you, he writes the word obligation. There are some obligations in which you feel the need, he wrote the word defense. There's a defense that comes up around certain obligations. And the obligation, in the way that you're thinking about it, is like a chore when it's actually love. And when you trust love, you will show up for that obligation in the way that you are needed and are being called, not what your fears are telling you. You don't listen to your fears dictate to you what your obligations are. You listen to your heart for what your obligations are, your mission, your purpose. There was also, in the discussion I had the other day, there was a scripture that my aunt used to really hammer a lot. And she had been coming into my dreams and lately, and I've been seeing, her name written, so I know that the presence of people around when I see their names when I'm awake. And she'd been trying to get something across to me, and it's this one part of, trust the Lord with all thy heart and lean not on your own understanding. And that's about that surrender piece, letting that wall come down and that letting one be put in front of you that is something different, because the other one is fear and it attracts fear. But when you allow this wall or this whatever you need to create healthy boundaries, when you let God, the universe, and your angels place one in front of you, it attracts love. It attracts peace. It attracts courage and strength and faith and trust. So let's take a moment to welcome everyone back who's been joining us for this weekly series, and to also welcome anyone who might be new to our Angelic Wisdom community, or you just happen to stumble upon us today. Welcome. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribed, select the all notification bell, like, and of course, leave your comments. Remember, your sharing is all on purpose. And whatever you share, be aware that it is being received by others. I'm sorry, my voice probably sounds a little weird, but second week of teaching now. And for me, I sing all day, teach all day. And so the singing is more right now because I'm, teaching particular music for school projects and things of that nature. So I'm starting off the year doing more singing than teaching, but I know it will get better, get some rest this weekend. If you'd like to get an angel reading with me, you can go to my current website, theangelschool.com/services. That link you'll find in the description area beneath this video. I'm doing readings now on the weekend, on Saturday, starting around 2 p.m. Through about 6 p.m. So just be aware of that. And also, if you'd like to support my channel with a donation, you can select my PayPal me link for Angelic Wisdom, which is also beneath this video. We're getting to the end of the month. I have to work on the monthly video for October. This feels like I did one for September just yesterday, but time is moving very rapidly. And I don't know, they're writing leap. So maybe we're in a quantum sort of leap experience, and things are moving rather quickly. Um, you know, there's another thing that flashed in my mind too, just noticing things and also noticing how very quickly now, and people have been saying it for a while, but I don't think it was perceptible yet, but although it has been happening, that, your thoughts are, just coming right back to you rapidly. So what you're thinking and feeling now, I think you're really starting to see that. I think what's going on globally is also a result of that. Um, and I'm noticing things happening with not just the next day, but so within the day. I noticed that in the last week. So please honor yourself by really, setting clear intentions, and um, just remind yourself of how you want to really show up in the world, because that's your choice. And that's a choice that you should be clear about and deliberate about, and then try to hold yourself accountable to that intention throughout the day, so that you're really getting back what you deserve, and that you find more satisfaction in the small things in life. And that grows into a life that eventually you will just feel more at peace. You'll feel more, um, you'll feel less anxious. So if you have sort of an anxiety about time, and I wasn't just, this has come to my mind, but it was like I noticed, because I only have 45 minutes to teach each block, I'm thinking to myself, I don't have a lot of time, so I got to get a lot done. And I overplan, which is good for my mind, because then I know I have a lot to draw from if I run out of time. And that's weird. You're worried about time, and then I'm worried about running out of time, worried about time going too fast, and worried not having no time, and also being worried about running out of time. Um, However, instead of all of that, just take your time and do what you have to do. So, with that said, if you haven't seen the September monthly angel messages, then make sure that you check that out, as I will be working on another one for October. All right, so let's take a deep breath. And with each breath, just simply relax. And with your heart, now just tune in to your angelic wisdom and guidance, the extraordinary love, divine love at the heart of your soul. And forever, the presence of mind that is always calling you into focus. And rather than seeing something right now, although, as I said, that's something I'm seeing, I'm feeling just a lot of very subtle but potent um, anxiety or just anxious. And this doesn't have to be negative, or it can be neutral, in that we sometimes have to accept that whatever is coming up for us is what we need in that moment. Okay, it's what we need to be aware of. It's something we need to learn from. It's the force that is showing up within us today, that's going to be the cause of so many effects. And yes, sometimes it can be negative and sometimes it's positive, but sometimes it's just something we need to be present with without it being transactional in any way. But it's there for you always to use. It's up to you to choose how you use it. And the only way to be able to use it is to be neutral, find a neutral place within it where it is no longer harmful or harmless. It just is. And this is the angel number that I saw, 826. It says, instead of worrying about money, relax and stay positive so that the divinely inspired ideas can show you how to make money in meaningful ways. Instead of worrying about money, relax and stay positive so that divinely inspired ideas can show you how to make money in meaningful ways. Relax. The stay positive part, it's always challenging. But you got to do the part before it first. Relax. Because what it said at the end, the next part is letting the divine, waiting on the divine to bring you inspired ideas. Waiting. Inspired ideas about how to make money in meaningful ways. So when you're worried about money, it means that worry, that anxiety, that you need to live with it. You need to find a neutral place within that energy. Because as long as we are in duality about energy, whether it's positive or negative, you're judging it. You're labeling it. You need to find that nameless space, neutral, the nameless space about the energy. I know this is weird because this is what we do. We name everything. But we have to stop naming things. Because once we name it, we define it. And we usually define it by some other definition. And so it's just not there on its own. And then here's that thing where it becomes now neutral and it becomes to your advantage, can be used to your advantage. Because if I have to sit through that anxiety in that neutral, nameless space, and it just becomes energy of a different articulation or vibration. But that's interesting. That vibration is just an articulation. Every vibration is a different articulation. Perhaps of divinely inspired ideas, showing us how to live in more meaningful ways. And if this is true, then everything, once it's nameless, it's just love, which is very hard to define by our minds, by our own understanding, and not on your own understanding. Trust requires us to not lean on our own understanding, but to lean on divine inspiration, the understanding of spirit, of love. So it's interesting because they started off with this before and at the beginning, and all of us who are seeking love in all of its forms, we all think we understand it based on the definitions that we've been working with and the ones that we sometimes create. But all of it that is coming from our own understanding is never going to help us to truly know, experience love as it really is. It is so vastly infinite that you can't grasp it with one straw. And you can't grasp it all at once. It's not meant to be. Because love just keeps creating more space. Because it's an infinite heart, if you will. It's ever expanding. But if we come to this nameless position and then we understand after we let all the labels go that everything is love and all is in divine order. And if you feel that you have not succeeded or you're not successful right now or you're without material needs, that is an interpretation, something you've given a label to. But if you find its truth in that nameless space, you will find that what you're feeling and the way you have arranged your thoughts to give a certain outlook about what is happening in your reality, you'll find that that nameless space of love, will give you an advantage, as in an opportunity. Let's stop it right there on that point. Let's take a look at the archangel that we're working with for this week. And it's the Archangel Mary. Look there. Open your heart with compassion and fold others in love. And there is this sense that what we need to do right now more than anything is learn just to open our hearts. And that compassion, true compassion, and opening the heart is that neutral space, that nameless space, where in order to really step into the threshold or step over the threshold of love is to let go of all the labels and and definitions and just be, listen. You get up in the morning and you feel tension. Don't name it. Let it be nameless and just be present with it. Because that being presence is one facet of a trillion, zillion facets of love. And let that facet of love hold you, teach you, prune you, challenge you, evolve you, master you, unfold you, and unleash you, free you. And then the second message is enfold others in love. Enfold others in this nameless space. Bring them into the threshold. Bring them across the threshold of this kind of love. Fear labels, dissects, separates. Let's free each other from it. Together. All right, love that beautiful colors there. Let's take a look at the cards, and they've been laid down from right to left. So we're focusing inwardly, internally, introspectively. So we have the Eight of Swords, and it's so cute. I don't know if you can see clearly. Let me just pick it up for a minute. The little mouse, and his eyes are supposed to be covered, but he's got one eye open because he smells something that he wants. And it looks like he's running around in a maze, okay? And this is so interesting because, most of us just, run around like in mazes, right? And we know we're looking for something, but we never think to peek our head above and kind of check things out. And he's taking a peek. He's taking a peek, and it's cute. And he because he can smell his desire or what he's looking for. He just didn't know how to get directly to it. And so it's that idea, like, are you keeping yourself in the dark on purpose? Because you could just, unveil yourself. And this idea of the focus on the eye, even when your physical eyes can't see. And it's so interesting because Jesus was, when I started setting up, and I set up like a circle around me, he was shining love into my retina. That's what he wrote. And so isn't it interesting that we're looking at the eye of this mouse here, and we can ask, I'm thinking of the inner eye that we need to trust our instincts more. And there's trust the Lord with all thy heart and then, and lean not unto your own understanding. The love and trust and love are almost synonymous. And it's not about other people that you have to trust. It's just trusting your heart, trusting the love, the divine within you. So, do you choose? You have a choice. And by stepping away into that nameless space, entering the threshold of love from the divine, the nameless, rather than fear, because there is love as in fear, that a lot of us are actually, that's the love that we know the most. The love where I can't trust anybody once I'm betrayed, I can't trust anybody else. The love that makes you love because you think that you're broken. And so when you look for love, you find that you cling to someone out of fear that no one else can love you. And you might stay with conditions that are full of drama to be kind. Or you may stay in a job because you don't feel like you're worthy, but you think you're doing the right thing for yourself. You're going by the playbook of society, and you're sacrificing your truth and your happiness because everything is labeled and fixed. And let's take a look at the card for the middle week. We're getting 8s here. Ooh, that's going to be interesting, especially because of the angel number about this money. So, what is the relationship that you're having with money? And are you afraid to walk away because dot, 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 dot. And what's all those becauses? But has something pushed you to the point where, or do you want to be, if you continue to be blind in your mind like this, are you going to be pushed to a point where you just have to walk away and then put yourself out there in a way that you don't feel ready? The universe is always going to be ready to catch you, but if you don't know how to trust, then this can escalate into other things, more of your tragic expectations. But if you're ready to name this, let's just say if somebody, lost their job or something happens unexpectedly and a relationship ends, or a relationship with your lifestyle ends suddenly, unexpectedly, are you going to blame it, name it, and keep naming it and find other names for yourself to define the moment that you see through this lens of fear? Or are you just going to go into that nameless space of compassion, unconditional love, and unlimitedness, unlimited possibilities, unlimited opportunities, unlimited doors available all around you? And all you get to do is just choose. And because you're in that nameless space, they'll all be love. They'll all be what you need. They'll all be what will help you to grow. Or they'll all be what will help challenge you to grow. But what are the options are there really when fear is an illusion and love is the only thing that's real? And so the only thing you can trust and the only thing that can be aligned with love is trust. Because trust me, this is reality. But we have the ability to conjure otherwise. And we've done so. since what is called the fall. We fell into the veil of amnesia and illusions. Be aware of how you carry your emotions. Just looking at the camel there. With you everywhere. Okay. So the Hierophant gives us a message that this is something that we're going to really learn from. We have a lot of internal wisdom to draw from, reserves. We just need to nurture ourselves, and the peace of the universe is with you, flowing through you. And it's like this ox here, or whatever it is. It just, you're stronger than you know. And the universe is stronger than you know. The spiritual laws of the universe are tight. They're strong. Nothing is going to break. Nothing's going to fail you or drop you. It's all going to catch you. And this doesn't mean that you should be focused on, like, oh God, something bad is going to happen to me this week. It's not about that at all. This is about, it's time to put in that next layer of the ascension process. We're building the golden future. And this is a process that will open the gateway for those who will become a part or be the people of the golden future of ascended Earth. All right, let's take a look at the card from the bottom of the deck. And this is the Wheel of Fortune. Just love this. And what's so interesting, because the wheel here, and this has to be the best Wheel of Fortune for me in this moment, because that whole eye thing and that the axle of the wheel is the third eye, just affirming for us right now that this is powerful opportunity of week of lessons. Whatever the way the world challenges us, it's going to challenge us to remember that your way of connecting and seeing the world is what is creating your fortune. And everything that you create is fortune, because it's just extraordinary that it's just not happening to us by accident, but because of our minds and our inner vision. And if we take this lesson of stepping into love, the nameless, the fearless, nameless meaning fearless, fearless meaning nameless, and we begin to approach this practice knowing we're going to stumble and fall. There are going to be ups and downs, like this wheel, up and down. But as we go up and down, we learn, we get better. And that means as we get better, we're going to be spinning at higher vibrations. I'm going to have to go back and listen, because I forgot that other word that was so cool for vibration. All right, I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful and amazing crossing over into the threshold of true love and oneness. God bless you.